Welcome to our journey through the epic battles that have shaped Indian history. From ancient times to modern conflicts, these battles have left an indelible mark on the subcontinent. Like the slow, inexorable movement of tectonic plates, the clash of armies, the rise and fall of empires have sculpted the very land itself. We will witness the bravery and the brilliance, the tragedies and the triumphs that have left their echoes in the grand tapestry of India's past. Our journey begins in the mists of time with one of the earliest recorded conflicts in human history, the Battle of the 10 Kings. Mentioned in the Rig Veda, this ancient hymn of war transports us to the banks of the Parushni River, where King Sudas and his Maratha tribe faced a formidable alliance of 10 rival tribes. Imagine, if you will, the chariots thundering across the plains, archers darkening the skies with arrows, the air thick with the clash of bronze and the cries of warriors. Sudas, through a combination of military prowess and divine intervention, as the hymns tell us, emerged victorious, securing his kingdom and cementing the dominance of the Maratha tribe, a tribe that would lay the very foundation of Vedic civilization. This, you see, was not just a battle, but a struggle for supremacy, a clash that would echo through the corridors of Indian history. Let us now journey westward to the banks of the mighty Hydaspes River, where in 326 BC, two titans of the ancient world collided. On one side stood Alexander the Great, the Macedonian king who had conquered Persia and sought to conquer the known world. On the other stood King Porus, ruler of the Paurava kingdom, a king renowned for his valor and the strength of his war elephants. Picture the scene: the Macedonian phalanxes, a sea of bronze and spear points clashing with the might of charging elephants, the air filled with the trumpeting of elephants and the screams of men. Though Porus fought with unmatched bravery, Alexander's military genius and superior tactics carried the day. Yet, in a gesture of respect for his adversary, Alexander allowed Porus to continue his reign, a testament to the king's courage. The Battle of the Hydaspes marked a turning point, ushering in an era of Greek influence in the region, the echoes of which can still be felt in Indian art and architecture. From the dust of the battlefield, we turn now to the reign of Emperor Ashoka, the great Mauryan emperor who ruled over a vast empire. The Kalinga War, fought in 262 BC, stands as a stark reminder of the terrible cost of conquest. Ashoka's forces, though ultimately victorious, unleashed a wave of destruction upon the kingdom of Kalinga, leaving in their wake a landscape of carnage and despair. Legend has it that the site of the battlefield, littered with the bodies of over 100,000 souls, filled Ashoka with such remorse that he underwent a profound transformation. He renounced violence, embraced Buddhism, and dedicated the rest of his reign to peace and righteousness. The edicts he carved on pillars throughout his empire are not pronouncements of military might, but testaments to his commitment to non-violence and compassion, a legacy that continues to inspire the world today. The year is 1526, and the plains of Panipat, destined to become a battleground for empires, witness the rise of a new power in India, the Mughals. Babur, a descendant of Genghis Khan, arrived from Central Asia with a dream of carving out his own empire. He faced the formidable forces of Ibrahim Lodi, the Sultan of Delhi, in a battle that would decide the fate of India. Babur's innovative use of gunpowder and artillery, coupled with brilliant military tactics, proved decisive. The roar of cannons and the smoke of battle filled the air as Babur's forces shattered the Lodi ranks. The First Battle of Panipat marked the end of the Delhi Sultanate and the beginning of the Mughal era, a dynasty that would leave an indelible mark on the cultural and architectural landscape of India. In 1556, the plains of Panipat once again echoed with the din of war. This time it was Akbar, Babur's grandson, who sought to consolidate Mughal rule. He faced a formidable adversary in Hemu, the Hindu king of Delhi, who commanded a vast army. The battle raged for hours, a chaotic whirlwind of elephants, cavalry and infantry. Hemu, mounted atop his war elephant, led his forces with inspiring courage, but was struck by a stray arrow at a crucial moment. the tide of battle turned, and Akbar emerged victorious, securing his hold on the Delhi throne. The Second Battle of Panipat solidified Mughal rule over northern India and marked the beginning of Akbar's reign, remembered as a golden age of religious tolerance and cultural synthesis. Our journey now takes us to the year 1761, to the blood-soaked plains of Panipat, where the fate of India hung in the balance once more. The Marathas, once a formidable force that had challenged Mughal dominance, faced the invading armies of Ahmad Shah Abdali from Afghanistan. What ensued was one of the largest and bloodiest battles ever fought on Indian soil. The air was thick with the smell of gunpowder and blood as over 200,000 soldiers clashed in a desperate struggle for survival. The Marathas, despite their valiant efforts, suffered a catastrophic defeat, a blow from which they never fully recovered. The Third Battle of Panipat marked the decline of Maratha power and ushered in an era of instability that would pave the way for the rise of the British East India Company. As the Mughal Empire rose in the north, a different kind of power flourished in the south, the Vijayanagara Empire. For centuries, this empire, with its magnificent capital at Vijayanagara, stood as a bulwark of Hindu culture and resistance against the Deccan Sultanates. However, in 1565, this golden age came to a tragic end at the Battle of Talikota. The combined forces of the Deccan Sultanates, driven by religious fervor and a thirst for conquest, descended upon the Vijayanagara army. What followed was a massacre that saw the once mighty Vijayanagara army destroyed and its glorious capital sacked and left in ruins. The Battle of Talikota marked a turning point in South Indian history, paving the way for the rise of the Deccan Sultanates and the decline of Hindu rule in the region. In the rugged mountainous terrain of Rajasthan, a different kind of battle unfolded, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a single man, Maharana Pratap of Mewar. In 1576, he faced the might of the Mughal Emperor Akbar, determined to preserve his independence. The Battle of Haldighati, fought in a narrow mountain pass, was a clash of ideologies as much as armies. Pratap, mounted on his loyal steed Chetak, led his men with unmatched valor against the numerically superior Mughal forces. Though the Mughals ultimately claimed victory, Pratap's unwavering courage and his refusal to submit made him a legend, a symbol of resistance against Mughal imperialism. He continued to fight a guerrilla war, reclaiming much of his lost territory and inspiring future generations with his unwavering spirit. As the 18th century dawned, a new power emerged on the Indian subcontinent, the British East India Company. Their insatiable appetite for wealth and power brought them into conflict with the formidable kingdom of Mysore, ruled by the dynamic duo of Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. What ensued was a series of 4 Anglo-Mysore wars, spanning over 4 decades. Tipu Sultan, known as the Tiger of Mysore, proved to be a cunning and resourceful adversary, introducing modern military tactics and even developing his own form of rocket artillery. Despite his valiant efforts and innovations, Mysore ultimately fell to the British in 1799, marking a turning point in Indian history as the East India Company tightened its grip on the subcontinent. The year is 1857, and a wave of rebellion sparked by a seemingly insignificant change in rifle cartridges spread like wildfire across northern India. The sepoys of the British East India Company, fueled by a potent mix of religious resentment and nationalist fervour, rose up in arms against their colonial masters. From the sepoy barracks of Meerut to the streets of Delhi, the rebellion ignited, uniting people from all walks of life under the banner of resistance. Iconic figures like Rani Lakshmibai, the fearless queen of Jhansi, Tantia Tope, the brilliant military strategist, and Bahadur Shah Zafar, the last Mughal emperor, emerged as symbols of defiance. Though ultimately crushed by the superior firepower and organization of the British, the Revolt of 1857 was a watershed moment in Indian history. It shattered the myth of British invincibility, sowed the seeds of Indian nationalism, and ultimately paved the way for India's long and arduous journey towards independence. These battles, etched in the annals of time, have not only shaped the political and cultural landscape of India, but have also defined the power structures of different eras. Each war, each conflict played a crucial role in the evolution of this great nation. From the ancient hymns of the Rig Veda to the roar of cannons and the clatter of muskets, we have witnessed the clash of civilizations, the rise and fall of empires, and the enduring spirit of a people who have repeatedly risen from the ashes of conflict to forge their own destiny. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey, a journey through the epic battles that have shaped India's history.